doing the August IOD Product Relay Challenge, and this month it is the Lady Shalott stamp. Oh my God, the goodness you're gonna get with Lady Shalott. If you're watching the video, you might have already seen the reveal. We did a 2-hour roughly reveal of 8 different retailers, Iron Orchid design retailers, working with the stamps and doing different projects. We don't talk to each other about what we're doing. It's all a surprise the day of, for us as much as everybody watching. And it's on Facebook. We do it the third Friday of every month is our reveal day. So some of the retailers that do this may vary. And we're doing this at least till August this year, October this year, and then we'll see what happens. But right now, I just want to get a little quick. We're doing something different, and the video is going to show you. But we worked with a chair. It's the first time I've worked with painting a chair. Some of it's just kind of quick, no talking, just giving you like the step by step. And then we kind of get into the stamp, and at the end we do a little more talking and more tutorial. But I hope you like it. I hope you learned something. If you like it and you're interested in other things that we do, please go to our page on Facebook, give us a like, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're on it all, and we're going to get more active with Pinterest too. And all of the social sites are just /Seaporium. So that's that. I hope you enjoy. And again, this month the retailers are Lisa at Sweet and Sassy. She started it off at 1 o'clock, and then we had Garden House Studio, Old to Ooh La La, Liza Jane Designs, Bluebird Mercantile, Bella Vintage Market. Ourselves were at 2:30, and then Two Girls Treasure, Diane over there finishes us all off at 2:45. So if you want to go back and check the different posts on all the different sites, please give everyone a like, give us a like, and share, okay? Thanks so much. I hope you enjoy the video. So here we go. We've made it through all the prep and the painting and the striping and the this and the that's. We're at the part we're here for. We're here for the Lady of Shalott, Lady Shalott stamp. And I want to let you know we have ink mixed. I used Oceans Deep, Iron Orchid Designs Oceans Deep with the mixing white. And it wasn't quite half and half. It was more of the Oceans Deep than the white. And I have my handy dandy brayer. And we have all our stamps sort of arranged here. Okay, and I already have masks for the ones that need masks. Now masks are very important, especially when you're freestyling this type of thing. So I have them matched up, so I'm ready to go. And let's just do this. All right, I'm gonna put some ink on my brayer. I don't want it to be fairly juicy because we are, even though it is, you know, painted fabric, it is still something it's going to have some give, and I don't want to have to press too hard, and you don't want to press hard anyways with stamps. You don't want to distort the stamp. And let's see, wherever the mask is, that's going to be your forefront feature. Everything else, because we're masking, will look like it's coming from behind. So let's start. I have a stem here. Let's move that out of the way. Let's start with the big kahuna here. Let's just do it. Okay, I'm going to keep that to the side. And I'm keeping like a general area where I want to go with that. And we're doing it. And because this is ink, I'm not going to get any leeway with this. This is it. Truth or dare. Once you're familiar with working with inks, it will be your go-to. But once, you know, even if this was paint though, in this situation, if you messed it up, you'd have to come up with another plan to hide it, or you'd have to just kind of scratch and do it all over again. So I'd rather not do that. That's why I did this nice and ahead of time. And again, I want this nice and juicy. I'm gonna have to mix some more of this ink, I'm thinking. But not so juicy that it slides, okay? But juicy enough where I'm not gonna have to press very hard at all. There, that looks like we're getting a good amount on there. All right. When you're working with stamps, it's very handy to have these little nets. It's also very handy to have rubbing alcohol, okay? I'm going to go around my edges just to make sure I didn't get the brayer anywhere I didn't want it to. Okay, if it's not the flattest of surface, you can have a little, you know, something happen. All right, the moment of truth. Let's get you in here. Okay, let's get a better angle perhaps. And I'm gonna hold it. I have the backing on it. I cut all the stamps out after I conditioned them with the backings around them because this is always gonna be a freestyle sort of thing. And I wanna hover until I know where it's going. And then when I set it down, I don't want it to move. Okay? Use one hand to do the pressing. One hand stays still all the time. All right? As long as you know it didn't move, you can kind of lift it to see where you need more pressure. Now, mind you, I have never done this on fabric. I have never painted fabric before. So, I mean, I've done it on fabric, but I've never done it on a painted seat before. So this is going to be interesting. Okay. Just need to see if I can't press it a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can you see that? That is so cool. Can you imagine putting that like on a pair of jeans? So before this ink sets on here too much, and I'm not going to be using this again on here, there's really no more surface to put this on. I'm just going to give this a quick wipe. And I could put it in a tub of soapy water if I was on the ball, but I didn't get that ready. I had to take advantage while there was no one in the store. Okay. They're still at the beach. Okay. So that one's done. Let's do one more. I don't want to keep you forever on here. I want to show you how this mask works. So we're going to go like so, I think, right? Can't be too far off of what I had. There. So now we can do, let's do this big leaf because that was coming from behind. All right, I'm just gonna bray it up. So far, so good with the ink. All right, so I have my mask on that. Let's get these out of the way so they're not causing me heartaches. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right over the other flower because I have the mask on. Okay, it's coming from behind. And that's it. Once you're down, you don't want anything to move or shift. So one hand stays down, one hand can move. Give it a decent amount of pressure everywhere. Make sure it's even pressure. Oh, I forgot to wipe around the edges. Make sure I didn't make a mess, but let's see. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. As long as you're not shifting, you can do this. All right. I think we're pretty good. Look at that. So now the flower didn't get all muddled with the leaf coming from behind. How super cool is that? All right, wiping down the ink really quick, and let's do one more, just because I feel like punishing myself in front of in front of a video that this is a do or die right now, right? So let's see, we're gonna do about that much of that. So we need that mask again. And I want to wipe the ink that I had on there because we don't want to make a mess of that, okay? See, it was going underneath it now, so I'll get that all off so we're not messing up our pretty stripes and our pretty vermilion color, all right? All right, so that was like that. And we're going to ink up the stem. Again, it's coming from behind the flower, so I can go right, actually, you know what? We need the leaves too, because I want to come from behind the leaves. So let's see. I have my back stock here of the stamps I'm not using and my masks. So all you want to do is when you first get the stamp, when you condition them, right, you're sanding it both directions, you just want to stamp a whole, I did one of the carrier sheets from a transfer. And it could be a piece of cardboard, it could be cardstock, it could be anything that you want to use, okay? So now I have that down. Let's get our stem. And it's going in that direction. So let's do it. Okay. This should be pretty easy. All right. Look at that. So now we haven't messed up the leaves. I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick spray. All right. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. Do this on a flat surface. All right. So you can see. The nice thing about using this brayer is it stays right up on top of the stamp. And you can have, if you have a favorite color that you're mixing, we do have the empty mixing bottles. So you make up a bunch of it and you have it to go for quite a while. And write down your recipe on the bottle and you always know how to make that beautiful color that's just yours. All right. Okay. Now I want to make sure I go around with my white bee that I didn't get a part that I didn't want touched. I just gotta see a little part I gotta hit with the, okay. Oh, we need the stem. Let's see. I gotta get the mask for the stem. Although I don't know if that's really gonna matter at this point. Let's just go over it. I wonder if I should have up or down. Okay, that's it. We're doing it. I should have probably just had the mask down for the leaf. It wasn't touching before, but it is now, but that's okay. I already kind of touched down on it, so I'm going with it. You had a touch down right here by the stem. So pretty. So this is kind of a Bahamian, Bahamas sort of a look. At least that's what I was going for. I hope you like it. I'm going to keep doing this. We're going to do our reveal and you'll be able to watch this video once we do the reveal. All right. This is for the August IOD product relay challenge for the month of August. It is Lady Shalott, the stamp. It's looking mighty lovely. I'm really happy with that. Woohoo! So we're at the final stage. I know I thought I was at the final stage before, but I promise you we're at the final stage now. We're putting wax on. Normally I do, when I'm using a chalk paint on regular furniture, on the wood furniture, I like to use like a water-based varnish. However, because of the fabric, I wouldn't trust using a varnish. I would put it on really thin if you're going to try it, kind of almost watered down in several layers. But the nice thing about wax, especially if it's a nice all natural, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to stink up your clothes. It's not going to stink up your house. And you get a good one that dries. I happen to be using the Jolie finishing wax. I've used it on one piece before. Like I said, I don't typically use the waxes, but I'm making an exception here with this fabulous chair. So I'm just getting it on really thin layers, okay, really thin, and really working into the finish, and just making sure that I finish when I'm on the wood in the direction of the wood, okay? Very important, because that's how, if you did put it on a little bit thicker, that's what you're going to see is the direction of the brush or your sponge. You can use a sponge. You don't have to have a fancy wax brush. I happen to have this applicator sponge, but I did toss it out. It did fit nicely in here, but it's a real cheapo. You can get it at probably any like hardware supply store, I mean automotive supply store, the discount stores, and go at it. You don't need a fancy expensive wax brush, okay? So you're just getting it on. Anything that has paint you want to cover, because chalk paint is not sealed. It's going to be always water reactive. So the nice thing about wax is it's going to seal, but you're not going to be able to do anything over this until you get the wax off. So that's one of the downsides of using wax. You'd have to wipe it down with some denatured alcohol until all the wax layers are off. So I'm going to keep doing this layer. This is my first layer. It's going to go in really quick. It's going to soak in. And about an hour or so, I'm going to give it a wipe down. And I'm going to, that gets rid of any excess wax. I'm going to let it sit overnight. And I'm going to do this again tomorrow. It's not like it's hard or anything. You're just wiping it on like you're giving it a wax, like a polish. And again, wait an hour, wipe off the excess. And then let it sit a day or two. And if you want to shine, give it a buff. Take a nice, clean rag that hopefully lint-free, and you're just gonna buff it. Give it a nice shine, okay? What that's doing is it's condensing the wax layers, and that gives it a nice shine. All right, so this will be a sealed chair. It's gonna be like, you won't even know this was painted, because this really feels really special. And the stamps look lovely on here. And I hope everyone likes it on the reveal. And if you have any questions, comment down below, or you can reach out to us at any of the social sites. It's Facebook /Seaporium, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all of them. You can also do our contact form at Seaporium.com. That's also where you're able to find our store, and you can purchase your IOD goodies right on our online store, okay? Again, any comments, questions, make sure you do that below. And if you really like what you saw, please, we really appreciate you sharing, and let your friends know about what we do here. And I hope I inspired you to take on something like this or some other project, because really what you learned here, you could do it to a bureau or whatever. All right, we've made use of this beautiful Lady Shalott stamp, and there's so many different things that I use this with. I used it with fabrics. I use it on my jeans. I'm going to do it on the top. And I like to do it in drawers. I like to do it on the backs of your hutches. It looks gorgeous. How about a bench with the black florals? A telephone table I did everyone absolutely loves it. So it's a very versatile stamp, because you get to build it as you go. You're not going by anyone's rules. You get to make it fit your project, which is really cool. And again, thanks for spending some time with us, and you take care. Bye-bye.